heard that. In gloss, there is both dyes. Now, if you think about Shades EQ, Shades EQ Cream, okay? Shades EQ Cream, which is one of my favorite products, very full-bodied. This is 100% oxidative dyes, and Shades EQ Cover Plus also is 100% oxidative dyes. Now, when we're talking about toning, I wouldn't use either one of these to tone a highlight per se, but they're great if you're toning, say, a red head or a darker head of hair, that kind of thing. I often will use, if I need to lift the base just a little bit or cover gray more, I'll use the Cover Plus. And if I just need a full-bodied color, because we know gloss is sheer, I'm going to use Shades EQ Cream. Okay, so I made a few swatches here, and this is Shades EQ Cream 08CR, so a copper red. I'm going to pull her nice and close. How's that lighting there, Lee? Good. All right.
Looking good. Looking good.
Shades EQ Cream 08CR, so a level 8 copper red, and it's a 0 again, same as gloss because it has no lift in the cream. All right. Now I did this one is just 08CR in gloss, so you can see how much more sheer the gloss is compared to the cream. So that's why we say the cream is more full-bodied, and this is more sheer, okay? And I apologize if my lighting makes 08CR not quite as bright, but on this blonde hair, I would probably pre-tone, okay? I would pre-tone my reds. Now, when you talk about, remember Tara was talking about sunscreen, Shades EQ is like sunscreen. So if you make your redheads, so this is what I love to do with my redheads, I will make them too bright to begin with, okay? Too bright to begin with. But redheads often do what? What happens when they fade? What happens? Quick, write it in. What happens when reds fade? Yeah, they get dull and they brown out. So I like to make them a little too bright, and then I'll add a gloss over top of them, okay? Sometimes even the same color, so that they end up richer, okay? So they end up richer so that people can live with them. Then what fades off first with that red hair? What fades off the red hair if I did a gloss afterwards? Exactly. Good job, guys. High five. A gloss will fade. So with your redheads, if they're fading or they're browning out, make them a little too bright to begin with, and then do a gloss over top of them so that they the gloss fades first and they're left with that nice red hair. It won't be too bright when it fades off because we know it dulls down a little bit, so it'll be absolutely perfect. So this last one is Shades EQ Cream 08CR, same as this one, but it's got 08CR gloss over top of it. All right, so a great way for you to be able to use both, but why you use both. All right, so getting that really rich, beautiful, beautiful color. Now, big question is Shades EQ Cream. You mix that with 10 volume peroxide, okay? So you don't mix it with the processing solution, you mix it with 10 volume peroxide. And do you charge twice as much? Yeah, why not? Or you charge for your color and your gloss, okay? Depending on, in my salon, that's what we would charge for your color, which would be your 08CR, that would be all over. And then your gloss then would be your added color, so that would be a single process and a gloss. All right, feeling good? All right, any other questions? Let's see. Everybody says yes, you're good. All right, excellent. All right, so a couple of other questions came up. So, I know, when you're thinking about this, now, I don't know if I really have the right swatches here for this question, but I want to answer it. One of the questions was at the beginning, what about a rose gold? So a rose gold, again, you want to pre-tone, because there's like, sure, if you had white hair and you had a rose gold formula, it might look rosy gold, but what's going to overpower the rose? The gold, right? Yeah, the rose is going to overpower. So I would put on your gold first. It's kind of coppery, but just imagine, I'd put on my gold first and then put kind of a rosy color over top, this isn't going to work so well. I thought I was going to be really clever here for a second, but nope. Then you get that reflect of the rose over top of the gold, okay? So you want to pre-tone with your gold and then add your rose over top, okay? So that you get that nice, nice variation, because you'll never get rose and gold all at the same time to actually balance out in through there, all right? There's a few questions there, Tara.
I see somebody was asking favorite formulas for rose golds. We've got, and they're saying don't mix together is what you were saying, apply one after the other.
Yes, and don't mix them together. If you, like for myself, when I try to get a rose gold all at once, it doesn't necessarily end up the color that I wanted it to be. So, because the gold will often overpower the rose, or it'll be too pinky or that kind of thing. So I'll put the gold on first. So one of my favorite ones is like a gold copper from Shades EQ Cream, or I would use like a WG in Shades EQ Gloss, and that would be my first application. Then my second application would be your new favorite, the VROs. So add a VRO, and I might even add just a few drops of either the pastel pink, or I might even add a couple of 06RR. Just a couple of drops of that, just to add that little extra pink over the top. So a great way to, get your gold in there first, and then add just a sheer of pink over that. Am I washing and drying in between? Well, best practices tells you, yes, you definitely want to shampoo in between. And best practices would say that you'd want to dry it. That would be the best thing if you want it to last longer. Many times we live in the real world, and that doesn't always happen, and we're clear on that. But you saw with the previous swatches what would happen when that works. All right, cool. So would you pre-tone the gold if you're using a RVO? So, the gold would be our pre-tone, and then we're going to use the rose over top. All right. Now, keep your gold lighter and softer so that the rose will show up. Otherwise, it's like putting clear on. All right. It's not going to do very much at all. All right. Does that have to be, does it have to be on a level 9? No, you could do it on a level 6. You can do it on a 7, 8, 9, whatever you want to do, whatever rose gold level it is that you are loving. I know there was one more question before I go into fun colors. You ready for some fun colors, Tara?
Yeah. I love that everybody's asking about rose gold, because I might have something sneakily hiding for them.
Oh my God, I love it. All right. So I'm going to bring out this mannequin, and it may not be like the best thing that I'm going to just move the camera. Oh, I'm getting better at this virtual thing. Yay, Lee Barron, for being my coach, and Chris Barron. Hey, give it up for everybody give it up for the team that's putting all of this together and organizing all of us to make sure that we can come in positive, and you're coming to visit us. Yeah, high fives to all of them. Fantastic. All right, so one of the questions was about a low light. First of all, no blonde ever wants a low light. Okay, so stop calling it that. All right, just call it something else, anything else. But a low light is like, ugh. All right. So the reason we don't like that is because when we put the low light in, if we put it all the way through to the bottom, is this hair compromised? If it's compromised, say yes. All right. Yeah, right. It's compromised. So it's going to suck up all of that color, and it's going to look black. Now let's also look at, if we look at a big section of hair, okay, if we look at a big section of hair, by the time we get to the end, they don't have any, some of you have been in my class, any what? Anybody know? The ends don't have any, what we all are right now? Friends, you got it. High five to all of you who know that. The ends don't have any friends. So if they're compromised and they don't have any friends, and you put a dark color all the way through there, it's going to suck that up, and it's going to look like 4 little black hairs on the bottom, like, right? Like a claw of black. So when you're doing, we refer to that, only do it in zone 1 and into zone 2 where the hair starts to lose friends, okay? And also where the hair starts to lose its compromising position. Okay, got it? That way it won't suck up all of the color, and you'll still add the dimension inside, but you won't have the little black ends on the bottom, and blondes will love you for it. All right, if that was a good tip for you, give me a high five or a yes, that was good. All right.